Hi, and welcome back to Gavin's Sonex B. Well, I've continued taking the AeroVee Turbo engine to pieces, and now it's in as many pieces as it can be in. And I found absolutely nothing wrong with it. There's no bad wear or any kind of bits that have been touching that shouldn't be touching. Can't find anything at all, which is what I feared. However, it is a good job that I did take it to pieces, because going back to the first part of the AeroVee Turbo Build, you remember I had forgotten to put in a threaded connector for the oil return from the turbo on the front of the crankcase, and I drilled it, tapped it with the thing upside down so that all the bits fell out. Well, they didn't all fall out. Some of them fell in, and actually I found some swarf in there from when I did the drilled the hole and tapped the thread in it. So that's a good job I did take it apart, because otherwise that would have all ended up in the bearings, and that wouldn't have been very good at all. So I'll just give you a quick run around the engine. Here we go. So here's one half of the crankcase. I'll use my little pen torch. I've cleaned it up, and there is absolutely no evidence of any damage anywhere in it at all. So that's this half. And then coming over here, here's the other half, and exactly the same. There is absolutely no evidence of any damage anywhere. Also, I've looked at the camshaft, and the same again, the camshaft is perfect all the way round. No evidence of anything colliding with it. And the same on the crankshaft. You'll have to take my word for the other side, but there's no evidence that it's hit anything anywhere or done anything untoward. So I have learnt a couple of things. One is Permatex former gasket A, former gasket number 3, sorry, is very sticky and difficult to get off. And after trying a few different solutions to remove it, I actually ended up using alcohol. And here we go. Well, if I had to read it, there we go. It's the kind of alcohol that you get from your local pharmacy or chemist shop, used for cleaning down surfaces to make them sanitary. And I just pressed the wrong button. So I'm back again. So that's it really. I've also had a good look at all the bearing parts, the cam followers, everything's been cleaned up, checked. There are no marks on anything anywhere. So I'm really back to the camshaft and the little tiny bit of backslash, not backslash, you know what I mean, a little bit of play in the between the gears, which may account for the noise. I've had a look at the cam, and it's extremely high lift cam. if you look at the profile of it, it is extremely pointy on the lobes, and I am wondering whether or not it's something to do with the, try not to push the wrong button again, something to do with the camshaft and the pressure on it from the push rods, which get their pressure from the springs on the rockers, or on the valves rather, which is perhaps making the noise because of the backlash, not backslash, in between the gears. But I don't know, I've something that's been nagging in my brain is that when I ordered the kit, it came without the camshaft, and the camshaft came separately, direct, I think, from the manufacturers. I'm not sure, I can't remember now, and I haven't got the box anymore. But what I did have is the little specification sheet that they put in with the camshaft. So I've copied all the information down off that, which gives you all the angles and lifts and stuff. And I've sent that off to Sonex and just asked them the question, have I got the right camshaft? Just in case I've got the camshaft for something, or for a different configuration of engine, by mistake. As I say, it didn't come with the kit. It was sent on afterwards. They must have not had it when the kit was dispatched. But anyway, it probably is the right one, but it's worth asking the question. So that's where I am at the moment. So the only thing I can really do is wait for an answer from Sonex, and then reassemble the thing and see what happens. More later. So, time travelling, fast forward 11 weeks, and it's the end of August. And a lot has happened, but not to the aircraft. I did manage to put the engine back together again, up to the point where it was ready for me to put the push rods and the rockers back on, but I never actually got that far. So the whole thing is in one piece apart from those parts, and it rotates and it doesn't make any noise, exactly the same as it did the first time. So I still haven't got to the end of the story, but unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you look at it, we got a date for Katie to have her first new hip fitted, and she went into hospital on the 20th of June. It was supposed to be for 2 or 3 days, maybe 4 or 5 days at the most. Ended up being 6 weeks in hospital. And when they were fitting the hip joint into her leg, unfortunately they managed to break her leg doing it, and she ended up in hospital for 6 weeks. That meant I was driving backwards and forwards to and from the hospital twice a day, taking her stuff and picking stuff up and visiting her, and trying to run our B&B business at the same time, and on my own, and basically that all took over my life for 6 weeks, and didn't really have any time to do anything else. And now she's back. I've been in and out of hospital having tests and things, and now I'm booked in to go and have an operation in October. And so that took up the last couple of weeks, having tests and visiting the consultant and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, we've decided that the only way we're going to go forwards from here is to shut the B&B business, because Katie's due to have her second hip done towards the end of this year. I'm going to be out of action probably for a month or so from the middle of October, convalescing, and so there's no way we can do that, so we're going to shut, which means got no guests from the end of September, and I can spend some time on the aircraft at long last, hopefully. And so I've been kind of getting ready to do that now, but and I'm going to do another video in the next day or so to bring you up to date with what I've been doing. So this is kind of the end of this video, which I started recording 11 weeks ago. Sorry about that. But hopefully we should make some more progress now. And I'm looking forward to it because it's getting to the interesting bit and of sort of finishing it all off. So I'll leave it at that for this one, and you can look forward to another one shortly. I'll see you then.